You ever run out of stuff to just straight up watch on YouTube after a while? Like you just like get
Yeah.
on like all the people you're subscribed to just aren't really uploading anything interesting and you can't find anything random to watch and so you're just kind of watching just stupid stuff. You know? Yeah. I'm kind of in that phase right now where I'm like, I can't decide what in the world I want to watch on YouTube. I'm like, there's really nothing I'm like, and I guess it's just because, like there's nothing I'm in the mood to watch really that's available. So.
Welcome back to Barf City, episode 67. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. It's
So,
episode 67,
yeah.
6767. Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh, God. Ah,
I just had to quickly do it.
that quickly do it just killed my brain.
Brain cells already die.
Yep.
Seven,
We
six,
just
seven, six,
started.
seven.
Anyway, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good at first, and then last night I started feeling like crap. I got a really bad headache, and it just wouldn't go away. And it continued all this morning. It's finally just now starting to get better. So it's pretty mild now. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got too hot or what. So, but said it didn't happen until last night. So I had me and my kids went to Conway yesterday and everything was, I felt fine and everything was good and we were hanging out and stuff. And then on the drive home, I just started feeling like more and more crap. So like I said,
Hmm,
maybe I got too hot or something. So.
maybe.
I was hoping it would go away while I was asleep last night, and it didn't. I woke up and it was still there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's finally fading now. So, oh,
Yeah, I didn't do much this weekend. I've been tired as fuck all weekend.
yeah. I went. My laptop's starting to well, the GP, like the graphics card, that like basically you pretty much need it to play video games, and
Yeah.
it's gone kapooey on me. Everything else works fine. I can do everything else on my laptop, but the graphics card is just not working.
Hmm.
Which I was planning on getting a new gaming computer this coming year anyway, because my laptop is a little outdated and I'm like almost completely out of storage. And there's a game coming out next year that it's probably going to take up a lot of storage. So I was like, well, I was thinking about getting a new laptop anyway. I don't really have the money right now, but I can at least look. So I went to Best Buy yesterday and we were looking
Hmm.
at some of the computers they had there, but I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted a gaming laptop or if I wanted a desktop. I looked at everything like 5 times and I couldn't make up my mind. I wasn't going to buy anything yesterday, but I just kind of wanted to look and
Yeah.
I couldn't even make up my mind what to even think about getting. So I was very wishy-washy. So and but yeah. And it didn't help that the employees like every 5 minutes, y'all finding everything you okay? Y'all finding
Oh,
everything?
God, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we're okay. I'm just looking. Geez.
They're good people, but like,
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate it, unlike other stores where some employees
yeah.
just straight up ignore you, but it's just like you didn't have to come over every 5 minutes. Like maybe once every 30 minutes or something would have been nice. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so my avatar is being weird. But yeah, so we did that and we looked around some other stores, it was all you go in all the stores that, Russellville doesn't have. So so we didn't really do much else, but
Yeah, just chilled and watched shows yesterday, and this morning I played a little bit of Lightyear Frontier with the wife, and
yeah.
she went to work, and I just been watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Oh yeah. I've kind of hit that when it comes to YouTube, I've sort of hit like one of those. You ever run out of stuff to just straight up watch on YouTube after a while? Like you just like get
Yeah,
on like all the people you're subscribed to just aren't really uploading anything interesting and you can't find anything random to watch. And so you're just kind of watching just stupid stuff, you know? I'm kind of in that phase right now where I'm like, I can't decide what in the world I want to watch on YouTube. I'm like, there's really nothing I'm like, and I guess it's just because, like there's nothing I'm in the mood to watch really that's available. So, mm,
And that's what's got me into watching like video builds and stuff.
yeah,
Like vehicle builds, I mean.
vehicle builds like of actual vehicles.
Yeah, like the one I was just watching uh was Murphy's Diesel. And he
Hmm.
was buying and trying to get fixed up to where it'll run and get to
Yeah.
drive it back at 1800 something miles back home. A
Oh wow.
military vehicle. It's a 10 by 10 military HEMTT.
Hmm.
And now the first video was only like 50 minutes. The second one's been 2 hours, but he basically ended up having to buy two of them to use one to haul the other. And that's just been entertaining me to me.
Yeah. Hey, watch. I mean, sometimes I watch. So there's been times I've done marathons of watching people just cooking like basic meals at home. I'm like,
Yeah.
while I'm watching this, I don't know, but for some reason I'm just finding it entertaining right now. So I just roll with
hmm
it.
I mean, I've watched
Mhm.
hours upon hours of this guy building a floating platform on the lake to be self-sufficient, live on the water with it.
Oh wow.
And then I watch Bush Survival Craft sometimes, and then
It reminds me of one time on YouTube I watched somebody, I can't remember what country it was in. It was a country like in South America, but I can't remember which one. And I watched a whole video of him building like essentially um a plumbing system from the well. He wanted to make it where people could just turn on the faucet and just be able to, fill up, some water to drink out of the well because it was like one of the only clean sources of water there. And so they didn't
yeah.
have to get the bucket. And I sat there and watched the whole video of him just putting all that together. It was interesting to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Hmm.
But that was a long time ago.
I mean, I that's what I do to wind my brain down. Just put on those types of videos. And I've gotten, and honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I got bored of the typical average YouTube videos, I
Yeah,
probably would have never came onto those.
yeah, that's fair. The weird thing, when I first watched YouTube, like back when it first, pretty close to when it first came out, I started watching YouTube around 2006, I believe it was, which was like the year after YouTube came out. And the
Yeah.
weird thing, like I never subscribed to YouTubers and then watched their latest content. I never did that. I found like 10 videos on YouTube that I liked back then, and I just kept watching those exact same videos over and over again for some reason. Like I would like, oh, I like this video, and I would just rewatch it all the time. And I did that for like the first year I was on YouTube until my sister kind of showed me a bunch of YouTubers that she likes to watch. And so then I, actually started watching new content, but for some reason, I guess I just didn't know what else to look up or something. I knew I liked those videos, so I just kept rewatching them over and over again.
Wow.
I didn't know. I don't know why. I just found those entertaining. So,
No, I started watching YouTube because of a buddy of mine was like, hey, look at there's this new thing, people could record themselves playing games or whatever on.
yeah.
And I was like, cool, I guess. And he showed me a few YouTube videos, and I got into watching YouTube, and then I was like, you know what, I want to try doing that. So I did, and uh, so I was trying to change my trash can that's right next to me because it was getting full while I was doing that docking. And one of my Monsters cans inside of it still had some Monster left and started leaking because I it
Oh,
tilted over. So now my foot's got Monster all over it.
nice.
I tried out YouTube and done it for a little bit and then I enjoyed it. I still enjoy YouTube. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. I wanted to make a YouTube video back when I first started watching, but I never knew what in the world to upload. I didn't really start watching gaming videos until years later. I can't remember when that started, but yeah, I wanted to do, at first I couldn't figure out how to upload a video, and it took me forever to figure that out. Then I went through a phase where I couldn't figure out what kind of videos I wanted to make. And then finally, and I think it was 2011 was the year I first uploaded a video for the first time. So, and then I did YouTube for a few years and then took a long break and then went back on, took a long break and went, yeah. So,
And now we're here we are again.
yeah, here we are doing a podcast on YouTube. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, not just YouTube, but also on Spotify. But you
Yep.
know,
YouTube, Spotify, whatever podcaster you listen to. Yeah. Podcast
yeah,
catcher. That's what I meant to say. But yeah. I probably would still be making actual YouTube videos, like, well, on my own channel anyway, today, if it wasn't for the fact that me discovering, making those games I've been making. Because I've also attempted to make video games over the years for many years, but finally I figured out a way to kind of make it work for me and what kind of games I wanted to make. And then when I
yeah,
started doing that, it took up pretty much most of my free time other than doing this podcast. It takes up pretty much most of my free time. So it's like, I'd rather do this over making YouTube videos personally. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably still be making YouTube videos. So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, my free time is taken by working on building my company and doing this podcast.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes it's all about priorities. It's not that I don't like the other projects, those other things I was working on or want to work on. It's just that these two things that I'm doing, I like it a lot better. So they take
Yeah.
priority. So
No, I mean, I got a lot of projects
yeah, if
that I
I
can.
could ever somehow free up my schedule, I probably would add a project or two in there, but I just don't have enough time to add any more projects.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's why, people need to hurry up and, find this channel
Yeah,
and, spread it around. So,
we can put some ads in here, start making money, or create a Patreon for the podcast.
yeah, and, so we can be like all the other YouTubers and not have to
Yeah,
do a normal job.
that's right.
And you can
Then
get
we could
and you
do
can
our
get
other
way more
projects.
content from us.
That's right.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
I could even make YouTube videos again if anybody wanted to watch this. Not that they were that great, but I liked making them. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my fun history of. I didn't really do much else over the weekend, but I guess the weekend's not quite over for me yet. So I don't really have anything else left to do other than just kind of tidy up everything before going to bed. It didn't help that my sleep schedule last night was horrible because I got so tired and I wound up going to bed early. That was a mistake. And then woke up in the middle of the night and then went back to bed and then woke up and went back to bed. Yeah, couldn't really get comfortable. So
I went to bed close to midnight.
yeah, I fell asleep the first time, I think around 9 o'clock. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and didn't go back to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning, which is
Yeah.
actually about my normal time I go to bed on a work night anyway. And then, because it takes me so long to wind down when I get home and lay down and get my brain to shut up. And but yeah,
Yeah.
then I woke up early this morning, but I don't even know what time it was. I turned my alarm off and went right back to sleep, and I didn't wake up until like almost noon. So mm, I don't even know
Yeah,
what.
for me,
Yeah,
I went I woke up at 8-ish and I said fuck it, went back to sleep. And the wife woke me up at 10 o'clock with breakfast being done. I was like, okay, I guess I'll finally get up.
but say if someone could have made me breakfast, that probably would have got me up. Like, all right, I'll get up.
Yeah. Food's a good motivator to get out of bed sometimes.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I need to teach my kids how to cook me breakfast so that way they just have it ready for me.
Like I've cooked you breakfast all this time, so it's your turn.
That's right. Make me food now. My I don't know. Neither one of my kids show any interest in learning how to cook. So, but I mean, it's good to learn a couple of things though. So, because it's
Yeah,
eventually you'll be
necessary.
off on your own, and it's handy to know how to cook at least a handful of things. So, some basic stuff.
Yeah, not burn water.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't
I,
know.
I,
When I was a kid, I liked learning how to cook because it was nice to have like when my mom was like either still at work or maybe she, you know, when you wanted to, because you get tired of eating that same stuff that only kids
yeah,
know how to microwave. So it was nice to learn how to make other things to have more options.
agreed.
But
Uh, Honestly, I'm kind of glad I did because when I was 16, my mom and my stepdad decided they wanted to they took their, a whole week vacation because of their job. And go down to Texas to visit my stepdad's mom and his stepdad.
yeah,
So I was home alone for an entire week, still had to remember to get myself up, go to school, come home, cook my own suppers. Yeah.
yeah, it is handy to know. So
That's also when I made my random meal of fish fillets, scrambled eggs, and stuffing. That was my problem, and it still is sometimes, is I like to do experimental cooks.
oh yeah, I
Like, oh, would this work with this? Or what if I put this on it or do it this way? Or
yeah, I kind of went through that in my early 20s when I had already moved out of the house. I kind of went through an experimental phase where I was trying random recipes. So, and I didn't even look them up online. I was just like
yeah,
making them up myself, you know.
I just find whatever's in the fridge
Yeah,
and be like,
just try to make it work. Yeah,
all right, this is what I got in the fridge. Now, what do I have in the
yeah,
cabinet? And one of the things in the cabinet was two boxes of stuffing. So,
yeah.
and I really like stuffing. I was like, you know what? I like fish. I like eggs. I like
Excuse me.
stuffing. My parents will be back in 3 days. That's all I got left. You know what? Let's make it work.
I think the
So I
first thing I
did.
ever learned how to cook, like actually on a stove, was I think a grilled cheese sandwich. So that's pretty easy. So I
Yeah,
started
my
with,
cousins used to love my grilled cheese sandwiches.
yeah,
Apparently, I was the only one of my cousins stuff that could apparently make good grilled cheese sandwiches, which is weird. It's
they
grilled cheese
didn't.
sandwiches.
Yeah, they didn't know how to make them. They probably just
Yeah.
maybe they had the burner on too low or too high or something.
I don't know, but I've always made mine just slightly crispy with really, but it's still buttery
Yeah,
because I don't like bread. I like flavor. So butter with some seasoning, then slap it on.
yeah.
And then just typical sliced cheese.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
just American cheese. Yeah,
I guess it's whatever I did with my butter. Because I mean, I would also change up that. I would be like, you know what? I want to melt some butter this time. I want to put some this in there, and then I want to spread, like dip the bread on it, and then put it in the
yeah.
skillet.
Well, when I was a kid, my mom always bought the margarine butter, the fake butter, so or Blue
Mm,
Bonnet, whatever it was. But I don't use
yeah,
that. I don't use that now. I use real butter, so
yeah. So that's how I am.
tastes way better. But yeah, she bought that Blue Bonnet because I think back then like a whole box of Blue Bonnet was only like a quarter or something like that. So,
I mean, a whole tub of Blue
yeah,
Bonnet would have been, I think, like
yeah, something
$2.
like that. And it even if you made like a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches, it still lasts a while. So
Yeah, you only have to buy a new thing of butter every 2 weeks, unless of course, it's about to be a holiday, so you buy two tubs just in case.
yeah, just in case. Yeah. Yep, cheap stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah. grilled cheese, I think an egg. I learned how to make an egg not too long after
Yeah,
that. So that one took a little bit more practice, but I finally got it right. So
yeah. Uh, because of how good I got with flipping grilled cheese in time and all that,
yeah.
came really in handy when I started learning how to make pancakes.
Oh yeah. Mm.
So I make some good, fluffy, golden, crispy pancakes.
I can make
And I,
pancakes. I never make them though because I don't really like them, but I can make them. I don't know if mine are amazing, but I could make them. But yeah. Mm.
I always I have a tendency to always like to make sure like most of it's all fluffy, like a normal pancake, but the outer rim, as it's cooking, I keep it pushed down to make it like a crispy outer edge.
Oh, okay. Like crispy on the outside, but fluffy on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Because I still like I like the crunch. I don't know. I've always liked I
Yeah.
like
Well, I could see that. Yeah. Mm. Making it real good, and then you put some butter on top.
yeah, and I'm not above doing just like making a couple hamburger patties, no bread, just put a shit ton of cheese on it where it's like you see nothing but cheese until you cut into it. I'm a very much I can cook with whatever is left in the fridge.
Yeah. Well, the first few years that I learned how to make a hamburger, we always made it in the George Foreman grill because that's the way we made
Yeah.
hamburgers during that time. And so that's how I learned how to make a hamburger. And then the first time,
Okay.
then that thing finally it broke, I think. And so I had to learn how to cook one on the stove for the first time. So it took a little bit of practice, but I mean, it wasn't hard or anything. Just took a little. I wasn't
Yeah.
used to doing it that way. I'm used to just putting it in the George Foreman grill and leaving it there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. One of my favorite random things that I don't know if I've talked about in the podcast that I've made is just had some ramen, eggs, and hot dogs. Just put a bunch of it in the crock pot, not
Hmm.
crock pot, but a pressure cooker,
Yeah.
and just have that. I mean, a big old pressure cooker full. Have it for like 2 days.
Oh wow. I never thought to do that. I did eat a lot of ramen noodles when I was a kid, and it was nice when I first made one on the stove. It tasted way better than cooking it in the microwave. Although,
Yeah.
admittedly, I when I do eat a ramen noodle now, I do just put them in the microwave because I'm too lazy. Oh,
My
that's just
wife
out of
does.
laziness, though.
My wife will do that unless I'm wanting ramen
Yeah,
because I will not eat it in the microwave. That
yeah.
is the one thing I am picky about, unless it is cup ramen.
It does taste better on the stove, I will admit. So,
But I do prefer with cup ramen, boiling water and pouring it on there like you're supposed to and
yeah,
letting it sit.
yep.
I just don't like really using the microwave. And now our microwave is being weird. Every time we open the microwave door, it starts to activate and spin the the plate.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird. I've never seen that happen. Yeah.
I've never either. It's just
What
great.
brand is it? Do you know?
I can't remember. I have to
Uh,
go look. But if we've had it for
my microwave's the
uh,
exact same one in the guard shack, so it's the exact same kind.
uh, yeah, we my wife's like, well, now we have an excuse to buy a new one that's would probably fit this space actually. But yeah,
That other microwave, the one I had at my last apartment, I think that was a Hamilton Beach one. I only bought it because it was red, and then but I had that one the entire time I lived there, and that was for like 5 years or something like that. So
yeah,
I just left
that's
that
it.
one there. I was like, well, if whoever moves in doesn't want it, they can always throw it away. So,
Yeah, this one is the one my mom and stepdad left at the old house when they moved out,
yeah,
and they brought it from where we were living before that. So it's probably over 11, 12 years old.
yeah.
Yeah, I use stuff until it's like completely like, oh well, yep, time to do it now. My wife was like, you need to throw out those shoes since I bought new ones recently. I was like, no, because they're still good shoes in a sense. And if I need to go out in the yard with
Yeah,
some
they make
shit,
good shoes that you might not want to get your new shoes dirty in or something.
yeah. Like I can still wear them. Yeah, they suck, but like they can get me out there mowing the yard, or doing this or that. If anything, I am that way. If my old shoes aren't torn up, I will keep them for a little while
Yeah.
as work shoes.
Work shoes. Well, you know how I am with my shoes. I never get rid of my
Yeah.
mine collect in my closet.
And the pair that you never wore.
Yeah. Well, I did wear them. I just only wore them a couple of times. So I never like wore them out though, I don't think. I just wore them around the house a couple of times. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. I know.
Is that really wearing them then? Like, that's just
Well,
might
I
as well
put
be
them on
house
and
slip.
walked around in them. That still works.
You might as well
That
stop
still
calling them
counts, yeah.
shoes and call them house slippers. God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it would be over in some Asian countries. You have shoes for the house.
Yeah. They take off their day shoes and slip on those house slipper things. Yeah.
If they don't, I mean, that or just they actually have just a clean pair of
Yeah.
tennis shoes that's never worn outside the house.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
very big, I'm a barefooted person when I'm in my house.
Oh yeah. I don't really like wearing shoes. I mean, I like having shoes, but I actually admittedly don't like wearing them because they're kind of uncomfortable.
So
So
you're a
like,
shoe collector.
yeah, it's as soon as I'm in the house, my shoes come off. I don't want to wear
Yeah.
them.
If I could legally, I would never wear shoes.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I very rarely wore shoes unless I was in a situation I had to, like obviously going to school or church,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then if it was cold outside, my mom would make me wear shoes. But even then, I didn't want to wear them. I wanted to go outside and play without them, but she wouldn't let me. And
Yeah, my wife, when we got together and stuff, she finally got tired of it because I would, I grew up, I barely wear shoes at all or whatever. And
yeah,
even in my young adult, if I could get away with not having shoes on, I'd run around on pavement or rocks
oh
and just be perfectly fine because I was so
yeah,
used to it.
yeah,
My feet were so calloused.
yeah. You kind
My
of build
wife
up that
didn't quite
tolerance
like
to
it.
it.
We'd be laying in the bed and I would move my foot and one of the calluses would rub against her leg. She's like, ah. And I'm saying this knowing full well she listens to these podcasts. Um, so she's decided to start taking care of my feet. Now that I don't have no calluses and stuff, I stepped on a rock one day and I was like, wow, that fucking hurt. She's like, hey, you should put your shoes on. I'm like, no, it's your fault. You got rid of my defenses.
Now every time I even step on a sticker, it hurts like crap. Yeah.
Yeah, you get rid of my defense. Like, yeah, years of, training my feet be to tolerate that stuff is now gone.
Gone all in an instant.
Oh, because I'm married.
Dang
I
married.
love you, baby. Uh, I love my wife. Well, everyone, we went to
We had a problem, or I had a problem.
yeah. Now Kevin can no longer show his stuff, which is
Yeah, like I mentioned
yeah,
earlier in the podcast, my computer is giving me problems, and I think this may just be another problem it's throwing me. So now it won't let me show my
yeah,
avatar. So mm.
yeah.
I'll play around with it this week. Hopefully next week I can get it back. But if not, this may be what you're looking at for a couple weeks. So
Woo!
yay. Hopefully not though. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Uh,
But yeah.
this is lovely. Oh well, the show must go on.
Yep. Did you do anything else exciting? Well, I guess we already talked about everything over the weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, we've talked about everything we did over the weekend.
We moved
So,
on to other stuff.
actually, there's some I've been finding funny lately. So my roommate, he made a post on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, talking about how, because I don't know if you've seen it or and if anybody hasn't seen it, spoil, whatever. The new Superman movie.
Oh no, I didn't see anything on it.
James Gunn decided that he wants to change what punk means.
What hunk means?
Punk,
Punk?
Punk,
Oh, punk.
like punk rock.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene where Superman and Lois are talking, and she's telling Clark that he's not punk rock, that he's basically they're trying to change it from the aggressive anti-establishment stuff that it started out in the UK, how it started, to it means that is punk rock. That loving and caring is punk rock.
Oh, okay.
Because James Gunn says that because the world is too much on violence, that technically going against it would be like punk rock would being against the grain would be love and caring. But so he's posted he believes like I that Superman's not punk rock and has posted that, and people are for like 2 days blowing up the comment section talking, being pissy about him saying Superman is not punk rock.
Okay.
And we are laughing our asses off because, dude, he's not punk rock. That's not Superman.
Yeah, that's not how I would classify him. I mean, I'll admit I'm not an expert when it comes to Superman lore, but yeah, that's not how I would classify him as punk rock. So, mhm.
Yeah. So, like, John Constantine, he's punk rock. He grew up. His character grew up in the punk rock era. He was at those concerts. He is very anti-establishment. That is punk rock. Superman is not. So now it's this whole new thing. People are doing that punk rock is love and caring and acceptance. All because James Gunn had to put that in his movie. So of course it's in a movie. It has to be correct, right?
I guess.
I just find it so freaking hilarious.
So good.
It is what it is, I guess, but
Yeah.
I just find it funny. Like they're disagreeing with him and getting pissy that he's not agreeing with them, which is very not technically by your term punk rock because you are all it's the whole punk rock is against the grain and you are all going with the new grain and he's going against y'all and now y'all's trying to change his mind.
Yeah.
So who's actually punk rock in that argument? I just thought that was funny and I had to bring it up on the podcast.
Yeah. Some people take stuff. Yeah. Well, anyway, I won't say any. I don't want to upset anybody, so I don't want to say
Bro,
anything.
you have upset every single Christian belief. Like,
Why do
come
you
on.
always bring that up?
Well,
I- I've
because
said like
like
two
every
things
time,
on two different episodes. Mm.
like a whole hour, almost 2 long episode on my
That
mind.
was because I was telling my story. And then there was one other episode where I lightly made a joke about saying that I don't care about Christians or whatever I said, which I was just joking when I said that. That's not true. I care about Christians just like I care about everybody else.
But it's just funny because every time you're like, I don't want to make anyone mad. I'm like, bro, you've already probably made people mad.
Well, people in it's tricky with like movie and communities and stuff like that because people, they take that stuff pretty seriously, and I didn't want to say anything that would.
I'll say it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
They're
know you
they're
will,
all a
but
bunch of. If you believe everything in a movie, you're a bunch of fucking retards.
yeah.
And that's coming from an autistic guy, so I can use the word retarded. Suck my dick.
No thanks. But anyway,
I wasn't talking to you. I don't like you like that.
but you like, never mind. I
Shut up.
don't want to upset anybody. But,
Oh, I'm feeling my Wheaties. Um,
I'm just glad my headache's getting better. Hmm.
yeah, that's good. But no, like in all seriousness though, like if you believe everything in the movie or want to change something because the movie changed it, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
Me,
not of
like,
that culture. If you're because being a punk rock is a cultural, culture
yeah.
in its own rights. So if you're not actually punk rock, if you've never really listened to punk rock music, go fuck yourself.
I don't like for me, I guess I try not to get too caught up in movies. I mean, I get why people do it. I'm already
Yeah.
pre-apologizing before I'm say want to say what I'm about to say.
Well, I mean, I see why
But
people do it. It's
I get
just
why people
you
do it. But
shouldn't.
like me, when I'm watching a movie, I try not to get too caught up in like the like traditional versus like things the way things are not supposed to be in the story and the lore and stuff like that. I watch it, and if I like what I'm seeing, I'm enjoying the movie. I
Yeah.
try not to get too, I mean, but I understand where people are coming from though. So like I have
Yeah,
to,
for me, the only
yeah,
times I get into that is like in a movie or show, if they're showing something, is typically like politics or their
yeah.
laws.
I mean, if they
Like if
make a
yeah,
change that's bad, then it's just bad. Like,
yeah,
it's not necessarily because they wanted to change it. It's just because it was just a stupid decision they
yeah.
made. So,
Well,
mm,
my thing is like, say,
mm,
a character's been taken to, is being taken to court in a show or movie, and like you've seen all the stuff that's going on, of course, so you know all the information yourself.
yeah.
But if I see different things that are like blatantly obvious that the other character should have seen realistically, because that's actually, the evidence is right there in their face of this or that, and the writers, for writing reasons, make them not see that all of a sudden, or that doesn't exist out of nowhere,
Oh yeah,
that
like
pisses me
writing
off.
convenience. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can use writing convenience, but use it in like
In a way
if
that
a
it needs to make sense. Yeah. So
yeah, you got to do it in a way that makes sense. Like one of the ones I can talk about off the top of my head is the Flash from the Flash TV show on CW. Uh, Spoiler alerts for anyone who hasn't watched the Arrowverse on the CW with Flash, Arrow, and all them. But the Flash goes up against his villain Duvall, and aka the Thinker. Um, well, the Thinker has transferred his mind, his consciousness into someone else's body, which killed his body because his body was already he couldn't walk anyways. His whole thing is when he became a meta, his nervous system got messed up. His brain became super thinking. Like he can finish any mathematical equation. He can predict like 20 moves ahead. Like this dude is a great villain. Love the character. Love the villain. Um, but his body is for all purposes dead. All his organs have shut down, everything. He has transferred his life essence into another body. They then take a knife that they when Barry and Iris get married, they had set up a secret gift that is a was a kitchen set that has some knives and stuff. Well, one knife was missing. And they're like, oh well, whatever. Because Barry and them were thinking it's like, somebody they might have took one, but they took the gift. Whatever. Well, it turns out that it was Duvall and his wife that sent the gift and took one of the knives out because when Duvall switched bodies, they put that knife in that body. And then while Barry was gone, he gets a notification that the alarm in his apartment went off. So he, of course, speedstered back and gets a phone call. And there's Duvall's body dead next to his wheelchair. And as soon as he discovers that the cops are showing up, like full squad. Even the captain, which for one, the captain showed up for this, and two, Barry being a forensic scientist for the police department under his jurisdiction, things would have been different. But I get annoyed with it because they took pictures of Michael Duvall in his new body, kissing his wife. Well, they ran with the way around that, not to look at him in his new body as a suspect. Is she made the story up that because Duvall couldn't move or didn't have very much good functions down there, they have him as a friend that she's dating him as well, and decided to get the physical exchange that Duvall can or give her, which that's dramatic. Automatically took the dude out of being a suspect, which realistically wouldn't. He would be the prime suspect. For two, the body was dead for almost a whole day. It had been almost a whole day since he transferred his consciousness.
Hmm.
So when the coroner examined his body, they would examine that it wasn't a knife that killed him. It would have technically been something more essential like a stroke or brain dead, you know, organ failure. Because again, he sent his neural, his mind into another body. So it's like the whole coroner stuff was like, ignored how realistically I would have actually seen his body and how
Yeah.
long it was dead. Also, the fact that there was no blood or sign of anything else in the house. Also, the fact that Duvall had a restraining order on Barry prior to this as a way to try and fuck over Barry Allen because Barry knew he was the thinker and was trying to find evidence and blah, blah, blah. But Duvall wheelchaired himself over, went up the apartment complex by himself and into the apartment of the guy that he has a restraining order on. And the only excuse they had the why he was there was he was trying to talk sense into Barry. Like
Huh.
everything they have is flawed. All the evidence proving that Barry would have been innocent is right there, just from the coroner's examination. Also, the fact that Barry Allen has never committed any acts of violent crimes. He is a cop, not a cop, but he is a forensic examiner with the how's it? What city is he in? Central City Police Department. So the CCPD, right?
I guess that's what they're called. Hmm.
Central City Police Department. So yeah, CCPD. Because
Okay.
they when they do the abbreviations, it's the abbreviation of the city. Like this is the RPD,
Yeah.
Russellville Police Department.
Yeah.
Or the DPD for Darnell Police Department. PP. Damn, Pottsville's PPD.
It
Unless they did the PVPVD, I don't know. I'd have
reminds
to
me
actually look how they did it.
when I was a kid, it never dawned on me in movies when they would say NYPD or LAPD. I never realized until I got older that that stood for Los Angeles or New York Police Department. So I
Yeah,
was like, oh, that's pretty sad that it took me that long to figure that out. Anyway, you can keep going.
yeah. So in a situation like that, where you can plainly, evidently know that that's how it would work, and the writers just gloss over that for sake of the story, just to move it to where they want,
Yeah.
irritates me. Like if they had set it up to where Duvall had been there and didn't transfer his consciousness until Barry was there and stabbed himself, that would have been a little bit harder to explain in court.
Yeah.
Also, where the stab wound was, there was no blood. Of course, the CW didn't want to show blood,
Yeah.
so it's like you make it look like the blood's already started coagulating. It didn't come out of the body when it was stabbed, which would have happened if the body was already dead for over almost a day. rigor mortis would have already set in too, even within a couple of hours, especially in the winter time, because it was in the winter in the story because it was Christmas time.
Oh, okay.
So, and when he transferred his consciousness, he was already his body was outside, so he was immediately, or it was like, or at least a couple hours. I can't remember. I'd have to rewatch the episode to see how long it was after he transferred his consciousness. But even if it was within a couple hours, because his wife would have had to pick up his body, or he would have used his chair to teleport it over, whatever. But rigor mortis would have set in pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Let me fact check myself though. 2 to 6 hours after death. And in the cold, roughly to 2 to 3 hours. So the time of death would match up to where Barry was. Plus, Barry was with his family, so when he before he rushed over, so literally 5, 6 people as witnesses that Barry had left at this time to get to his apartment would have also been been evidence of where he was when the body was put there. So narratively, it never made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that is when I took so long explaining this because I fucking over explain everything. Yay,
I can't say anything. I do the same thing. So
right? So things like that is when I really get more active when it comes to movies and shows
yeah.
because again, if I want to watch a movie, I want to watch a good movie and hope that the narrative makes sense. If it doesn't, then I have a problem. I'm not, but if I'm not the type of person that would see something that's stated in a movie as gospel.
Yeah.
Like, if a director says this is how this is, no. There are some exceptions because there are some movies that they actually consulted scientists on their way they're doing their sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
So it has some actual merits in real life. So that's closer to, theoretical science. So you could take that with a grain of salt, but a director saying a genre is now this because he believes it is this way. You didn't that man that requires more than salt. That has no seasoning at all. There is no way I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's what that is now. That's like, I mean, that can also follow the same path, of, people in real life
Yeah.
following trends. I don't follow trends for the most part. There are some trends I'm like, I really like that. I'm actually gonna mess with that.
Depends on the trend for me. I don't know. So,
But I'm never gonna be like, unless it's a trend that's wanting to change an established thing.
oh,
But if it's a
oh
trend
man.
that's just for fun, yeah, I might follow it because it's fun. But if it's a trend to change an already established thing that's not actually a bad established thing, just because you yourself don't like that established thing, I mean, at that point, you might as well just start a religion
Hell yeah.
because that's all religions do is change established beliefs because someone doesn't believe in that belief.
Honestly, if we want to make money, that's what me and you should do, is start a religion. You can make pretty good money starting a religion.
Clearly. God, you see these fucking preachers and shit, and these or these whatever they would be called this or that religion,
Yeah.
sitting there with big ass fancy houses
Let's
and
see. The Barf City religion.
the Barf City religion. No,
Come to
I'm
the
good.
Barf City temple. Mhm.
I mean, our temple's online.
That's right. It's a remote temple. You just
Yep. You just turn on YouTube,
yeah.
Spotify, wherever you
We
get your
welcome people from
podcast.
all over the world. Yeah.
Yep. And
We
thing
do.
is, we don't even ask you to convert. You can still be of your
Oh yeah,
current
yeah. We're
religion.
open religion. Yeah, you can.
Yep.
We welcome Christians, Buddhists, Hindus. Yeah, we
Yeah.
welcome all. Yeah,
Just think of it like, you get a blanket on, it's cold still,
yeah.
so you get another blanket. We're just that extra protection for your soul.
That's right. Yeah. Just in case you might be in the wrong religion, we'll get you checked out. Yeah, we'll cover you.
Yeah. Eventually, if we get big enough, we can get around and talk to other, religious leaders and be like, you know what? We got this person over here that listens to our religion, follows our pocket, but they're not sure if they're actually okay with their current extra religion. We can put you in touch with them. Maybe you're Christian, but you really like Hinduism. We might get you.
Yeah.
Think of us as
Like an inner a medium kind of to connect with
yeah, we're a
them.
religion of media.
Yep.
We're a mediator religion.
That could be like
We're
our slogan. In case you're in the wrong religion, we got you covered.
Ever been wronged by the current religion you're in? Come to the Barf City religion. We'll find the right one for you. Damn.
Like at that point, we've just become like essentially an infomercial for religions.
Yeah.
We're just helping people find the religion that fits them best. Yeah.
Don't believe religion is in general is right for
Yeah.
you? Come to the
Don't just
Barf City
stick
religion.
don't just stick to the religion you grew up with or that your parents have. Make sure you're in the right religion for yourself. You want to find the right one that fits your personality. Yeah.
Mhm. And if religion's not for you, we have the belief center.
That's right.
They're not actually religions. They just have a certain belief system,
That's right.
like the atheists. They might work well for you. Just come to
That's
Barf
right.
City. We'll get you in the right place.
Yeah. We'll get you all signed up wherever you need to. Yeah.
We'd make even more money than just starting our own religion.
I know, right? We just become the people that help them find their religion or lack thereof. So mm.
And bring a friend right now, and you can get half off. Only $30 a month,
That's right.
guaranteed.
Contact Barf City today. Yeah.
What has this evolved into today? Oh
Um,
God. Well, that's been our sensitivity training for the week.
have you ever watched this has nothing to do with religion, but if you my brain just went completely somewhere else all of a sudden. Have you ever watched any of the Now You See Me movies or the
I've
first
watched.
two?
Yeah, I've watched the first two.
Yeah. I can't I've watched the trailer for the third one and I can't make up my mind if I want to see it or not. I guess I'll probably eventually watch it, but I can't make up my mind if I want to watch it because the trailer, I don't know, seems to be a little all over the place, but but you know how
I
trailers
mean,
can be deceiving like that.
that could be. I mean, that's probably the whole point. They're all over the place, so you don't know what's going to be where and what place. And
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it. I actually haven't watched the Now You See Me trailer. Now You See Me
Yeah.
3. Is it the
Yeah.
same cast?
It's called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Now I they did not show. Now that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be in the movie. I don't know, but of course not. Well, I was just about to say it, and my mind went blank. I can't think of what his name. Mark Ruffalo. Am I saying his last name right? Ruffalo. Yeah,
Ruffalo.
yeah, Ruffalo. I was thinking I was saying that wrong, but yeah, they didn't show him in the trailer that I noticed, but maybe he just
He
wasn't
is
in
on
any.
as Dylan Rhodes. He is on the
Yeah,
cast list.
yeah. So I guess he just wasn't in any of the scenes they were showing, or maybe he has a
Uh,
more of a minor role in the movie. And
I know Daniel Radcliffe's in here now
yeah,
too.
but all of the others were shown though. Yeah, everybody else
Yeah,
was there. So
Isla Fisher, Dave
yeah, because they
Franco.
even brought back I forget the actress's name, but she was in the first one, but not the second one. But they brought her back in this one. So
Isla Fisher.
yeah, yeah, that's her name. Mhm.
I wonder why she wasn't in the.
There was some kind of I heard two different stories. I heard one there was some kind of contract issue that she didn't agree with everything, but then I also heard another story. It has something to do with some kind of scene that happened in the first movie, and so she decided not to do the second one, but I guess she changed her mind for the third one. I don't know which one is true or if somewhere in the middle is true. I don't know. So, mhm. You know how that is when you hear rumors from Hollywood, you never know what you're getting and what.
Apparently because she was pregnant.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. I heard it was some kind of because maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. So, but yeah, they replaced her with that other I forget the other
Lizzie
actress.
Kaplan.
Yeah. Which she did a good job too. I mean, obviously it's not the same kind of role, but it's a different character, obviously. But
She's still on the cast list showing for Now
yeah,
You See Me threes.
yeah.
Now You See Me, Now You
I
Don't.
don't think I saw her in the trailer either though, but yeah, I'm assuming she's going to be in it as well. But yeah, I didn't see her in the trailer either, but
Yeah. I wonder.
But yeah, the trailer, yeah, it looked to maybe I'll let you watch it yourself and decide. But yeah, to me, it just looked like it was jumping from, but you know how trailers are like that sometimes. Maybe it just seemed a little all over the place. I was like, I don't know what to think of this movie, but I was like, eventually I'll watch it. I just can't really make up my mind like when to watch it, I guess, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah, if you want to
did
wait
I want
until
to,
after
yeah, did I want to
theaters
run out and
or.
watch it right away, or did I want to just wait until it's like convenient for me or what? Yeah. Mm. Oh, excuse me.
But it's showing both of them in the cast list, but I wonder. I'm gonna have to see it to see what they how they're doing that potentially after the movie drops. Like, what the fuck? Huh. I wonder if they're gonna pull a because it's in the magic is actually real, which they discovered. Also, wasn't Mark Ruffalo's character actually outed as the guy that's like over the Horseman in the second one?
Yeah, he's over. Oh, you mean like they figured it out in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they figured it out. Yeah, that
So
he
that's
was.
probably why he's got more of a minor role.
Yeah, he probably had to take a step back from, his detective job and everything. So, which I mean, he may have lost that. I don't know. But yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, it seemed to, yeah. The second movie was one I actually had to watch twice before I actually made up my mind on that movie because I guess it just watching it the first time it just didn't go the way I thought it would go. And I think I was more shocked and taken back than I was like displeased, if that makes sense. Like when I watched it, I was
Yeah.
just like, huh, I don't know what to think about this movie. But then when I watched it again, I enjoyed it a lot more going in knowing what I was getting. So I liked it a lot better the second time. So
Yeah.
I still like the first one better, but the second one is good. So
Mm.
the first one just has such a good structure to it. It starts off really good and it carries you like a roller coaster through the whole movie. It works really well for me anyway. The way the movie flows and the story flows, it works really well. So the second one is not doesn't quite have that same flow to it. It's a different style in the way it tells the story. So
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing. It's still good. So
Hmm.
but yeah, you'll have to watch it. But I think that's about all the time. Yeah, we're about out of time on the episode. So
Well, with that one, let us know if you're gonna watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and when you're gonna watch it, or if you've already watched it by the time you discovered our podcast.
yeah,
Uh, and I guess just do the typical like, comment, subscribe on everything wherever you're listening to the podcast, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to the city where chaos thrives. Kevin and Eric keep people alive. Random talks and stories collide. Bar City Anthem, let's take a ride. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City legend, shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City, a legend, shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Eric drops a pun, Kevin rolls it.